Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Afifi bin Abdul Aziz. We are from Book 1. Today, we will discuss about current real-life financial scenario. Our topic is retirement saving, inadequacy and low EPF balance among young working adults in Malaysia. Retirement planning is becoming an important issue because many young Malaysians are not saving enough for their future. According to EPF-related report, only about 36% of active contributions have achieved the basic saving benchmark, while more than 90% of EPF members below the age of 30 still do not have sufficient retirement savings. A few factors contribute to this issue, including increased living costs, low income growth, inconsistent saving behavior, and limited financing planning knowledge. As a result, many individuals prioritize current expenses and postpone retirement planning until you are older. For the financial plan, our main objectives are to assess the client's current financial situation, identify the key challenges, effective retirement readiness, and recommended practice strategy to improve financial well-being. We also aim to encourage better spending habits, strengthen financial protection through insurance planning, and help the client work toward a more secure retirement future. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter, Farhan.
Hello everyone, my name is Farhan and I will begin by introducing our client, Nur Aisha binti Rahman. Nur Aisha is 30-year-old administrative executive working in the private sector. She earns a monthly gross income of 4,500 ringgit and a net income of 4,050 ringgit. She is married with one daughter and both she and her husband contribute to the household income. In terms of her lifestyle, she drives to work daily and spends regularly on food delivery, online shopping, and entertainment. She also saves only when she has extra money and has limited knowledge about retirement planning. As a result, she is currently facing several financial challenges. Her monthly surplus is only 250 ringgit. Her emergency fund is insufficient and her current EPF balance is still far from what is needed for a comfortable retirement. In addition, she relies mainly on her employment income to meet her monthly financial commitments. Therefore, our financial plan focuses on improving her financial well-being by strengthening her saving, managing her debt, enhancing her retirement preparation, and helping her to achieve long-term financial security. Now, let's take a closer look at the client's financial position. Nur Aisha receives a net monthly salary of 4,050 ringgit. After deducting all her monthly expenses, she is left with only 250 ringgit, resulting in a saving rate of just 6.2%. This is significantly lower than the recommended 20%, indicating that her current savings are not sufficient to build long-term financial security. Her emergency fund currently amounts to 6,500 ringgit, which covers only 1.7 months of living expenses. This is below the recommended 3 to 6 months of saving, leaving her financially vulnerable in the event of unexpected situations such as medical emergencies or loss of income. Looking at her overall financial position, she owns total asset worth 93,069 ringgit, while her total liabilities amount to 37,150 ringgit, resulting in a debt ratio of 40%. This indicates that considerable portion of her asset is financed by debt, reducing her financial flexibility. Overall, although the client has a stable income and positive net worth, her low saving rates, limited emergency fund, and existing liabilities highlight the need for better financial planning to strengthen her long-term financial stability and retirement readiness.
Thank you, Farhan. My name is Muhammad Amirwa, and today I will be presenting on crucial topic that affects all our financial future, debt management. As the slide highlights, practicing good debt management is the foundation for a more secure and stable financial life. Let's start by looking at the current debt situation. Right now, we are looking at the credit card repayment of 200 per month. This falls under the category of consumer revolving credit. While 200 ringgit might seem like a manageable monthly amount, revolving credit can be easily snowballed if it isn't monitored closely. For the debt issue, this brings us to the core issue surrounding this type of debt. First, relying on credit card often indicate that we are using short-term financing to fund our day-to-day lifestyle spending rather than living within our means. Second, there is very high risk of accumulating unnecessary debt if our spending habits are unchecked. Most important, every ringgit spent on the servicing this debt is a ringgit that cannot be put toward retirement saving. For the risks and the consequences, what are the long-term consequences of this? When you have a high debt servicing commitment, it limits your ability to allocate income towards long-term investment to grow your wealth. Essentially, it drains your financial flexibility, making it much harder to plan effectively for retirement. For the repayment strategy, to counter this risk, we need a solid repayment strategy. I recommend three immediate steps. First, avoid using credit card for non-essential expenses. Learn to separate wants and needs. Second, maintain full and timely repayment discipline. This ensures you avoid high interest charge and late fees. And lastly, reduce discretionary spending to prevent debt from accumulating in the first place. Next, I'm going to present a structured saving and budget plan tailored to achieve a specific monthly saving target. This plan is built around a net salary of 4,050 ringgit and leverage the well-known 50, 30, and 20 budgeting rules. First, the saving objective. Let's start with our core objective, highlighted on the top left. Our target saving is set at 800 ringgit per month. Looking at the pie chart, if we strictly follow the 50, 30, 20 rules, allocating 50% to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to saving, with exact 20% portion, come out to 810 ringgit per month. This perfectly covers our 800 ringgit target. Second, for budget adjustment. To realistically hit this target, we analyze current discretionary spending and identify three key areas where we can cut back. First, online shopping, currently at 650 ringgit. By adjusting this to 350 ringgit, we save 300 ringgit. Second, entertainment, currently at 300 ringgit, we plan to slice this in half to 150 ringgit and saving 150 ringgit. And lastly, food delivery, currently at 150 ringgit. By eliminating this completely and cooking at home, we save another 150 ringgit. By making these highly manageable lifestyle tweaks, our total reduction in discretionary spending comes up to 600 ringgit. Finally, let's look at the bottom line, our resulting financial position. Before this adjustment, we already had current surplus of 250 ringgit, adding the 600 in saving from our spending adjustment. Our total monthly saving capacity become 850 ringgit. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter, Afifi.
Thank you, Amirul. Next, I will explain the insurance planning recommendation for Aisha. Based on previous saving and budget analysis, Aisha has successfully improved her financial position by reducing optional expenses such as online shopping, entertainment, and food delivery. Her monthly saving capacity increased from 250 ringgit Malaysia to 850 ringgit Malaysia. Since Aisha is Muslim, we recommended takaful protection because it follows Sharia principle and provide financial protection based on mutual assistance. The purpose plan include medical takaful, family takaful, and personal accident takaful. The estimate monthly contribution is 200 ringgit Malaysia. This amount is affordable because it only used part of her new saving capacity. After contributing 200 ringgit Malaysia to takaful, Aisha still have 650 ringgit remaining each month for emergency saving, retirement planning, and others financial goals. The protection is important because Aisha is married and has a young child. In addition, she currently has no insurance coverage and her EPF balance is still insufficient for her retirement target. Without protection, unexpected medical expenses or accident could affect her family financial and reduce her retirement savings. In conclusion, Allocating 200 ringgit Malaysia per month for takaful is a practice and affordable strategy that provide financial protection while allowing Aisyah to contribute her retirement fund. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter, Hafiz.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. So we're moving on to slide 8, which is the core focus for our presentation today, retirement planning. Based on our analysis, Aisha faced several retirement challenges. She currently relies heavily on her EPF savings account as her main retirement fund and does not have any additional structured retirement savings. As a result, her current savings are insufficient to support her long-term financial needs after retirement. Our retirement objective here is to help her achieve financial independence by the age of 60 while maintaining a comfortable standard of living without depending on her family for financial support. So now let's look closely at the solution. To bridge that financial gap and safely hit our 1.3 million ringgit retirement target, we cannot rely on a single source of income. We need to find a diversified and a robust approach. So this is our 3-pillar strategy. First, we have the Employees Provident Fund, the EPF. This remains the absolute bedrock of the plan. It is automatic, it is consistent, and it provides a reliable dividend flow. But as we established, a foundation isn't just something to build upon. It isn't the whole house. I'm sorry. So that brings us to our second pillar, the Private Retirement Scheme, PRS. Think of PRS as a voluntary supplement designed specifically to plug the gaps that EPF leave behind. By setting a disciplined contribution there, we aren't just putting more money away. We are diversifying our retirement basket outside of the main EPF fund. Plus, it serves as a structured vehicle tailored purely for that long-term 1.3 million ringgit goal. Okay, so finally, we go to the third pillar. The third pillar is our investment approach. We utilizing managed vehicles like unit trust. This is where we address that limited monthly surplus. Because our surplus is so tight, we cannot afford to let that money sit idle in a standard savings account. We need to put it into a more diversified funds focused on a long-term growth, compounding growth. So this is the engine that accelerates the growth wealth accumulation. We allowing even smaller disciplined amounts to grow exponentially over time. So when you look at these three together, they form a complete ecosystem. While EPF provides the stability, PRS provides the structure, and unit trust provides the growth. So this combined effort is exactly how we transform an inadequate savings rate into absolute financial readiness. Thank you.
Now let's moving on to our recommended tax planning strategies. Our first recommendation is to continue making mandatory EPF contributions. Besides helping her build sufficient retirement savings, EPF contributions are also eligible for tax relief. This allows her to reduce her taxable income while also preparing for retirement at the same time. Second, we recommend purchasing medical takaful coverage, as medical takaful provides financial protection against unexpected healthcare expenses, preventing her from using her emergency fund or retirement savings to pay medical bills. In addition, the eligible contributions may qualify for tax relief under the current tax regulations. Third, we recommend purchasing family takaful. Since Nur Aisha is married and has a young daughter, family takaful is important because it provides financial protection for her dependent if something unexpected happens to her. Similar to medical takaful, the eligible contributions may also qualify for tax relief. Our fourth recommendation is to contribute to a private retirement scheme or PRS. PRS complements her EPF savings and helps diversify her retirement fund. It also provides additional tax relief while supporting her long-term goal of accumulating 1.3 million ringgit for retirement. Finally, because Nur Aisha has one dependent child, she should claim the child relief provided by LHDN. This is a simple and legal way to reduce her taxable income and lower the amount of tax she needs to pay each year. By implementing all these recommendations, Nur Aisha can enjoy several benefits. She can legally reduce her taxable income, lower her annual tax burden, improve financial protection for herself and her family, and increase her retirement savings. In conclusion, tax planning is not only about paying less tax, it is about making full use of the available tax relief while strengthening overall financial security. Therefore, we recommend that Nur Aisha reviews her tax relief claims every year and keeps all supporting documents updated to ensure she does not miss any eligible deductions. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Raida and I will present the estate planning section for our report on retirement saving, inadequacy and low EPF balance among young working adults. While our main focus is retirement savings, a complete financial plan must also include estate planning. It ensures that hard-earned assets such as EPF savings and future takaful benefits are protected and smoothly transferred to loved ones according to the client's wishes. Currently, Nur Aisha has no estate planning arrangements in place. She has not prepared a will, has not made any EPF nominations, and has no designated beneficiaries for future protection plans. This situation is risky without proper estate planning. Her EPF savings and takaful proceeds may be subject to delays, probate processes, or distribution under intestacy laws. This could create financial hardship and unnecessary stress for her husband and young daughter during an already difficult time. To address these gaps, we recommend the following practical steps. First, prepare a basic will to clearly outline how her assets should be distributed and appoint a guardian for her child. Second, complete an EPF nomination through her I account to enable faster and direct distribution of her retirement saving. Third, once she obtains family takaful coverage, immediately nominate her spouse and child as beneficiaries. Finally, review and update her estate plan regularly, especially after major life events such as the birth of another child or changes in financial circumstances. In conclusion, estate planning perfectly complements retirement planning. It not only protects Nur Aisha's saving during her working years, but also ensures her legacy provides security and peace of mind for her family in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.
So based on our financial analysis, we found several key issues faced by Nur Aisha, including a low EPF balance, insufficient retirement savings, a limited emergency fund, inadequate insurance protection, high spending, and a lack of estate planning. So to improve her financial situation, we recommend reducing unnecessary expenses and following the 50, 30, and 20 budgeting strategy. She should also build an emergency fund that can cover 6 months of living expenses and obtain medical and family takaful coverage for better financial protection. In addition, increasing contributions to EPF and PRS can also help strengthen her retirement savings. Preparing a basic will and completing beneficiary nominations are also important to ensure her assets are distributed efficiently. So in conclusion, these all strategies can enhance Nur Aisha financial resilience. It can improve long-term financial security and support a more comfortable retirement. That's all from us. Thank you.